Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Shaman. And when I was looking at this card today, there's a little detail that I don't think I've talked about, and that is on the inside of his leg, on the inside of the cloak, there are people dancing on the inside of that cloak, and it looks like somebody had painted it on there. And similar to the Three of Vessels yesterday with the Joy, where the herons are dancing, this is telling me that, there's good times coming, right? And, the shaman's all about manifestation. You want to manifest a new relationship. You want to manifest a new career. You want to manifest a new spiritual walk. You want to manifest, financial fortitude in your life. You have the ability. And, coming off of the Three of Vessels and the Eight of Stones, you've got the skill set to do it, okay? You've got the vibrational energy of moving forward. And you're protected by the Green Woman. You've got the nurturing down there as well, with the other life lessons cards. So, as you're walking along on your path, the Queen of Arrows is still with you. She's, imploring you to move into different neighborhoods, move into different venues, have that different change of thinking. You still have the vision of the journey, which is, the raven eating, a little bit of the elk left. And, that life is cyclical. So if you recognize that pattern within yourself, whether that's in a relationship, whether that's in your career, whether that's just you, okay, as you're going forward, you recognize, hey, I've been in this cycle for quite some time. And it's time to change. Because obviously the old cycle, you think and you want to say it's not working for you. But it really has. It has worked for you up to this point. And I'm not saying that, change is going to happen, instantly. And, tomorrow's going to be, tomorrow is a different day, but, change is not going to happen, that quickly. It's going to take some time, because if you look back to the past, all right, and look at where you were a week ago or a month ago, okay, change has happened. Change has happened on your spiritual path, all right, with everybody that's been guiding you. And the shaman comes out of the Wildwood Forest and says, you know what? Yes, change is cyclical. You've manifested some great things. You've manifested joy. You've manifested, taking this energy to a different level, okay? And now it's time to reap the benefits of what you've been doing, okay? To understand that, okay, if I want that new job, I need to put out resumes. I need to put that Eight of Stones, that skill set, to work, okay? I need to go out there and, continue putting my nose to the grindstone in my current job, but yet every day just work at, refining the skill set on my resume so I could show it to a prospective employer. And when you do that, then interviews are going to start happening. And then once you get to the interview, there's going to be opportunities, to talk about that skill set, to show those interviewers what you're really about. Let your personality come out, because I'm sure they're going to ask you, why is it you're looking to move from this job to this job? And it could be just for growth opportunities. It could be for, taking on new challenges. It could just be you're stagnant, okay? And the shaman is not stagnant energy. The shaman is, it's all encompassing energy, right? It's all about, looking at, manifesting, stuff in the emotions, in creativity, in finances, and, what's the other one of it? In communication, okay? Because he's got all four of the elements there, right? And he's holding the staff of power, just like the Green Man has, all right? And it's whatever awakens your desire to move forward. He's ready to show you the mysteries of what lies ahead, okay? And it's once you start taking those steps forward in that relationship, new relationship, or, looking at it and saying, hey, I want to do something different in the relationship, or your career, or just, on your spiritual path, and say, you know what? I'm going to try this. Trying is good, right? Because that allows you to learn and grow through your successes and failures. And when that happens, the new journey starts, and you start gaining momentum. You start gaining energy on it. And, you know, like I was talking about with the career path, putting out the resumes is difficult, you know, is not hard. It's easy, right? It's talking to people, right? Getting through the stinking programs for your resume to stand out. And there's programs out there to help you do that. There's also recruiters out there to, you know, to help you do that. But then, you know, through the recruiters, you know, are they just blowing smoke? All right, are those jobs real? Okay, that's where you have to cipher through. That's where you have to look at it and say, you know, okay, what's really going on here? And I've got an old colleague that just, you know, they downsized their department. And now, you know, they're out there, you know, doing the same thing, reaching out and trying to network, you know, hey, are there any opportunities here, any opportunities there? And they're qualified for things, you know, and it's just a matter of finding the right opportunity. And it's the same thing in a relationship. If you're in a relationship, it's like, okay, how do I continue to strengthen this? How do I continue to, you know, work on communication, right? How do we move forward? You know, if we're having difficulties, it's staying in that open communication, staying in that truthful communication. All right. And the shaman's letting you know that, hey, yeah, change is difficult. Okay. And if you're willing to take on the challenges, which you're always going to have, you're going to have challenges, you're going to have successes. Take those challenges on and say, you know, look, this is how we're going to move forward. This is what, you know, what I'd like for us to do. You know, spend some quality time together. And, you know, when you do that, you start a new journey. You know, you start growing things and you start learning, because what's happened in the past, obviously it's in the past for one, but it's not doing anything. It's not giving you that confidence. It's not giving you that fire, that passion to where everything is at. All right. And once you start having that passion and moving forward, the energy starts taking over. So, you know, once you start working down there and you're thinking about the shaman's energy of encompassing everything that's out there with the elements, and knowing that, you know, it's an opportunity of manifestation, could be, you know, small gains, it could be big gains. Okay. Apply what you learned on that journey. Okay. And allow that emotional and intellectual, inspirational fortitude to, you know, allow change to come into your life. And, you know, I've been watching a couple other videos, astrologer videos, as well as horoscope videos. Uranus moving into Gemini is a big game changer for a lot of people. And a lot of people are sensitive to that. They may not realize it. You know, so look up some of those videos that are out there about Uranus and Gemini if you know what your birth chart is. All right? And just understand what it brings to you, because that's a lot of change going on. You know, there's some retrogrades going on as well with the planets. You know, I haven't delved into it. I'm not an astrologer, okay? But, you know, I do watch what it goes, you know, what's going on. And that's bringing change into your life. That's bringing change, you know, in all aspects, okay? With Uranus moving into Gemini, all right, that's an air sign. And, you know, it's, you know, like one astrologer said today, that's a double-sided, you know, air signs are double-sided. So you're going to look at things and, you know, things are going to change. They can't stay the same, but they can change. So stay focused and apply the wisdom, you know, that comes with that message, as well as the message of the shaman, you know, the energies that he's bringing to you, and apply the wisdom from the other world, you know, as they're talking to you as well, right? As they're talking to you from the journey card, as they're talking to you through your spiritual insight, and, you know, bring that into your everyday reality. Listen to your dreams, listen to your heart, listen to, you know, what the spirits have to say, what the universe has to say. And that's what this shaman is asking you to do, is listen, use the energy, be patient, all right? Be dedicated, be committed to the real magic of what manifestation is. Everyday, simple increments of change. So that's today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck, the Shaman. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, share it with others, and give me a thumbs up. If you'd like a personal reading, check out the link down below in the description box. And this is Dee for Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, God bless, and stay safe, everybody.